topic for the fireside chat, ladies and gentlemen, is technology and AI shaping the future of Gujarat's real estate. I'm going to be first talking about our esteemed moderator for the session. With over 25 years of diverse and cross-functional experience in various sectors such as real estate, financial services, retailing and industrial, he leads the predictive AI and analytics functions at Anarock, an absolute pioneer in using artificial intelligence and machine learning. He leverages his skills in data analytics, performance marketing, branding, and customer acquisition for revenue maximization in the real estate industry. Ladies and gentlemen, the Director AI and Analytics Anarock, Mr. Varun Saxena. Can we please have a big round of applause for Mr. Saxena, please, everyone? Thank you. What a pleasure to have you. Good to see you again. I'll request you to take the seat over here at the corner. To join him, ladies and gentlemen, my first guest over here has nearly 8 years of professional experience spanning real estate consulting, corporate brand business development and entrepreneurship, with the passion for delivering top-notch solutions as per the unique needs of each and every client, whether it's a first-time home buyer, a seasoned investor, a real estate professional or a builder. He co-founded Housivity that offers a dedicated team of experts, strong play in real estate content, vast network of listings across 20 cities of India, and a commitment to building a content and AI-driven listing platform. At Housivity, Manan ji leads the brand, marketing and PropTech growth. Previously is associated with JLL India, Starbucks India into retail estate expansion and growth, and develop projects as managing partner of Anarock Group as well. I think he's quite popular in the room, so जो भी आप लोगों ने चिल्लाया ना, एक और बार cheer it up for him. Please everybody make some noise for the one and only Manan Mehta. I want to hear the whistles and the shouts, whoever did it. ये हुई ना बात. Yes, when time calls for it, you get it, right? Good to see that. My next speaker over here is an entrepreneur and a sustainability evangelist empowering the ecosystem. He founded Smarter Dharma late 2011 as a boutique consulting shop focused on a holistic approach to address urban climate challenges, and his approach and vision led him to be awarded the Ashoka Fellowship in the year 2016 in the august presence of the esteemed President of India. Ladies and gentlemen, the founder and CEO of Smarter Dharma, Sriram Kuchimanchi ji, please.
Tech and AI, the buzzword to a large extent, especially for the last 3-4 years. ChatGPT made it famous. It was always there, but now everyone understands it. As we say, real estate is more about building spaces. Tech and AI is about bringing in efficiency and intelligence within these spaces. So that's where we are. We've during the day heard multiple times about Gift City being a tech AI enabled township as such. However, if we look at it, it's way back in 2015, I think, when the smart cities were announced, the 100 smart cities which were announced, post which technology actually came into the fore across the country. So Gift City, of course, was planned before that, but otherwise, if you see across India, it's 2015 onwards, the smart cities have played a role of automation, bringing in tech in better living. Having said that, do we as real estate players or players in the real estate space really adopt, use technology, AI as good as easily and as good as other industries? And that's what I would want to ideally discuss with our panelists here. To start with a general question, maybe Manan, you could start off. In the last 2 years, what has been the biggest tech/AI change you've seen within your scope of work within real estate or Housivity?
Hello, check. Yeah. So first of all, big shout out and thank you to my dear friend Chintan for setting the energy in the room once again. Last session, so I think it was the energy was low, but as always, this guy leads the energy of the room. Coming to the question of AI and how it's been being used in the last 2 years, I think AI and LLMs in general were there since some time now. It's just that it has become mainstream lately. And today, if I ask the audience, કેટલા લોકોના ફોનની અંદર ચેટ જીપીટી કે ક્લોડ છે કે જેમિનાઈ છે, તો I think most of us today have that application on our phone. So that exposure to consumer AI has now begun, and people have now started using AI in their day-to-day lives for various things, right? So first of all, individually, that's the biggest shift, that use of generative AI right now is being leveraged. And two, most of the companies currently are using it for operational reasons, be it Housivity or be it any corporate company. Probably it might be for accounting, probably for drafting emails. Certain sales agents are being deployed just to make sure that some basic admin work is being done. So that's the shift. And now domain knowledge added to this particular AI use cases will actually shift the use of AI in a particular sector.
Got it. Sriram, your views?
Yeah. First of all, thanks Realty Plus for inviting me. And I've come from Bangalore. Everybody once in a while in the panel asks, do everybody understand Gujarati? And I want to raise hand and say no. Then I figured by end of the day I'll learn a little. So I did pick up. Nice to be in this town and do some work. To answer your question, let me step back. And the other funny thing is I should have been in the previous panel. I think given that I work in climate change and technology, so I'll focus a lot on tech in this panel. I think this industry is notorious for not being tech ready. Compared to any other industry, real estate industry is at least a decade behind in tech adoption. That's the reality. There could be many reasons. That's fine. With all the developers we work, we talk about accelerating adoption of tech. Like you said, in the last 2 years, I think AI has made it simpler, but it's still very fragmented. I'm sure all of your offices, I don't know how many developers are here, architects are here. All of your offices, there are a bunch of Excel sheets, bunch of Word files, bunch of emails, and lots of WhatsApp. That's primarily your communication, right? So tech adoption, we have been behind, but this is the right time. Like he said, AI adoption has made it a little easy. Coming from my side, which is climate change point of view, decision making, like the previous panel was talking, which was India had a very lagta hai attitude, making a design. Ye acha lagta hai. This must be sustainable was the way they would make decision. Today, tech will empower you to make a lot of these decisions very, very accurately. For a city like Ahmedabad, for example, where there's a massive heat problem, you can work on the facade in a very scientific way, pretty much calculate saying this is going to reduce 6 degrees thermal heat gain of the building. And with this technical decision, you can make that kind of capability is there, but the industry is just beginning to catch up. Obviously, hands-on AI has simplified it, but we're still far behind.
Got it. So what I get from both of you is that it's tech and AI is still possibly a efficiency enhancer. It's not a differentiator as such, which is something which should possibly change over the next 5-10 years. According to you, looking at tech, and I'm combining tech and AI, while I know they're slightly different, but where are the places where in the real estate space or your space of working, it's been adopted well and it's been successful, and where you think there's spaces where we could put in more effort?
So first of all, I like to start with where we are right now. With the size of the panel, we can know that PropTech is lagging in general, right? And with all the faces here, limited faces here, the crowded room, which was back there in probably the last 2 hours, people are more interested towards real estate, right? There is no interesting thing happening around PropTech. That's the first problem. That's where we are beginning. And the use of technology is very limited right now in our domain, and the main reason is fragmentation of data. We are in an industry where sab chor hai. This is a controversial statement, but let's be honest. Everywhere it's most of the grade B, grade C developers would like to cut some corners to make sure the margins are there. The brokers in the market would make sure that कुछ भी करके वो brokerage कमाए. Customer भी चोर है. Customer को भी यही चाहिए कि वो सबसे सस्ता कैसे ले सकता है, कौन से channel के through ले सकता है. No one is talking about the value addition and paying a premium for a value. So we are in an industry where technology adoption would be the least and the last. That's one. So data fragmentation could कैसे deal करना है, वो कैसे solve करना है, that's the first primitive discussion we should be having rather than building more on the technology side and AI side. And like I usually tell this particular, I give this example that I'll give that in Gujarati so that everyone relates. AI એક બાળક છે અને ડેટા એના સંસ્કાર છે. કેમ કે તમે છોકરાને સંસ્કાર વગર મોટો નહીં કરી શકો. એવી રીતે જ એઆઈને ડેટા વગર ટ્રેન નહીં કરી શકો. આપણે છોકરો મોટો કરીને ક્રિકેટર કેવી રીતે બનાવીશું? સંસ્કાર નહીં આપીએ, ટ્રેનિંગ નહીં આપીએ તો, રાઈટ? સો દેટ્સ વેર એઆઈ ઇઝ. સો વી હેવ ટુ ફર્સ્ટ ટોક અબાઉટ ધ ડેટા પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ, fragmentation problems, and then we can mend it through technology.
Agree completely. In fact, I would just, while I am the moderator, but I would just like to add and completely agree with you because at Anarock, our foundation has been a CRM we set up in 2017-18 and where we've been able to capture all the journey of the customer, if I may, over the years, understand what how they behave, analyze that, and that's the basis on which we've actually been able to build our predictive models. And also completely agree, data is the key. People who still use possibly Excel sheets, because I know it's not here, it's across the country when we meet people. The first step is actually to get that data in place, and that's when that is actually the ground zero or step zero to kind of start building your future on the basis of data, tech, AI. That's the key. Sriram, why don't you?
Yeah, so let me jump to what is possible, right? So how many of you heard of a group called C-Tribe? C-Tribe is a national group in the country of more than 500 prop tech companies which are listed. And some of them are from Gujarat, but they're across the country. Unsurprisingly, a bunch of them are based in Bangalore. But C-Tribe exclusively is for prop tech companies across the country, solving all kinds of problems. Sustainability is one part of it, but CRM, sales, construction process management, material procurement, supply chain efficiencies, it does a lot of things. And post-occupancy management. One thing I would definitely recommend everybody to look out C-Tribe, identify solutions which could solve your problem. Second thing, like I said, I'm jumping into what is possible now, right? I think we both have spoken, all three of us have spoken about the challenges, fragmentation and all. So, second part, technology adoption maturity is a little more in two areas, and Manan, correct me if I'm wrong. One is on the sales side, right? The whole CRM process is fairly well established. I know developers who have 3 CRMs. And then there is a post-occupancy thing where managing maintenance, etc., there is some tech used. The entire middle sector is not tech-enabled. I think from design stage to construction to handover, that whole process is not there. Ergo, the challenge which Manan and we've been talking about, the fragmented data issue. So first thing I would say is, how many architects here? I know sir is here, but anybody else? Okay, anybody from MEP or something like that? Okay, so the reason I'm bringing it up is, look at the flow you have, right? A developer identifies a parcel of land and then they'll do the financial math and decide, okay, I'm going to do real estate, residential, and I'll do 1 million square feet, right? Whatever, they'll come to that conclusion. Post that, it's a bunch of outsourcing activities. You outsource to an architect, you outsource to a master planner, you outsource to a liaison officer, you outsource to MEP consultants. Each of them talk in their own way. A lot of that part, the fact that it is out of you and you're doing the financial in your hand, it's essentially in Excel sheets for you. So what I want to recommend is, tying to the previous place and where we work today, imagine your material procurement. You have your own relationships, but did you know that if Ahmedabad has to meet, how many of you know what is the net zero goal of Ahmedabad? So Ahmedabad has a net zero goal of 2070. 2070, Ahmedabad is supposed to become net zero carbon. 2050 Ahmedabad is supposed to become net zero, 100% on renewable energy. And built environment, this sector, is supposed to be 100% renewable and net zero carbon by 2050. So if you have that goal, if today you're launching a new project, and let's say you're doing a 20-acre project, today at the design stage, you need to know whether this project is going to become 2050 net zero or not. And that capability is there with technology. And I think both the government and the developers should use that technology to make that decision, because otherwise it's going to cost, and I'll give you numbers, because that's the kind of data capability the industry has, which is today you might spend 2.5% increase in your capital to design your building so that it meets Ahmedabad's 2050 net zero carbon goal. If you don't do that, in a decade when you deploy, hand over the asset, government taxpayer money and the residents will have to spend money close to 20% increase to then retrofit the building to meet the net zero goals. So this kind of data is there at design stage, but because of the fragmented approach with nobody actually owning the whole asset, but the decisions are so bifurcated, this is all not connected. So I urge you to look at technology. There are again platforms. One is our own design platform which will help you. But here I'm not talking just about Smarter Dharma, my platform, but there are a bunch of platforms which will help you on this. This kind of decision making will make it easier, quicker, cheaper, and more holistic for you.
Great, thanks. Moving on, so Manan, you kind of started off in Gujarat and now across the country. Sriram, you've worked across the country, including Gujarat. The next question was more, how do you see Gujarat coping up with the tech environment, tech and AI environment, or would you say Gift City, Dholera are more a standalone kind of setups as compared to the other parts of the country? What's your take on that?
So, based on, so we do something in Surat, we're doing something in Ahmedabad, but Gift City, we just were talking to somebody. I think the way the master planning on Gift City has been done seems to be a lot more ready for technology adoption, in line with sustainability, also beyond that, right? That's because there's a centralized master planning happened ahead of time. Somebody earlier also talking about it. Clearly, you can see the difference in tech enablement which is happening in Gift City. Also, post-occupancy. Ahmedabad is behind a lot more traditional thought process, which makes them slow. It continues to be like that. I don't know the economic growth of Ahmedabad in that sense. I saw Surat on the other hand. We did some work in Surat. Surat is a lot more faster, it seems, now in technology adoption. Ahmedabad is still a little slow. The interest in tech is very different from interest in value. I mean, they want to build, they're like, help me make decisions. I'm okay with technology or not. It's an optional. Technology is an optional thing here. In Gift City, whomever we are talking to, they're asking for tech. And I think that maturity difference is there. I would just one last thing to say. In that sense, a little bad news is that Ahmedabad is behind the curve among the other tier 1 cities in the country in technology adoption. Our own presence across the country, I can sense that the technology interest in Ahmedabad is a little lower, but I think there's huge scope to do better.
Got it. Manan?
So very honestly, I would not like to comment more on Gujarat individually. I think that's an India level problem for PropTech, because we are restricting the conversation to PropTech. If I just ask people over here, and I think this is a question to the audience in general, you can just name 5 PropTech companies you might know of in India right now. You can just throw your answers loudly. 5 PropTech companies, anyone?
One is here. 4.
Yeah. So, anyone? Come on. Any PropTech company? Yeah, just shout out. No broker. Okay. Anyone else? Housing. Third? 99 acres. Fourth? Magic Brick. And fifth? Prop Tiger. Sixth? Square Yard. 6. अभी मैं और 2 नाम लूँगा फिर सब चुप हो जाएंगे for sure, because technology adoption and technology use for consumers as well as developers has been restricted to only listings. खाली awareness phase में, that's where again Housivity is also built on the same model. That's a different story. We are solving a different problem, but यहीं पे PropTech का use खत्म हो रहा है, and that's the saddest part of the industry. So coming back to the answer, it's not a Gujarat problem. Gujarat is not coping up well because India as a whole in the PropTech industry is not coping up well. It has been a graveyard of PropTechs, and I think we all here should be the flag bearers for the adoption of technology and use of AI and construction tech in the world of real estate, so that 5 years down the line, when the data fragmentation problem is solved for, then definitely we have layers of use of technology in this industry.
Perfect. And I think like the audience also reflected, it's more in the sales and marketing space where you still know about PropTech players, but there's a lot of work like Sriram is doing, for example, climate change. There are a lot of people working on robotics for plastering of homes or construction sites, painting of sites. Matlab, there's beyond sales and marketing where a lot of technology, AI is being used. In Bangalore, it's already in play in many developers. So that possibly we also from our side need to kind of possibly get deeper, understand possibilities. We spoke a lot in the earlier sessions. We heard a lot about labor challenges and all. For example, the robotics which I was just talking about of plastering, painting, that was born to solve for the labor kind of issue. There's no hours of working, there's no challenge of quality, those kind of things. So possibly we need to also expand our horizon. I'll just pause for a minute or two in case till now there are any questions on what we've covered from anyone in the audience, if any.
Also, just to ask, I mean, this is a smaller group. We just
yeah,
here.
Exactly.
Can I actually ask? Can you throw back a bunch of challenges you have, which you think tech can help? I'll give you an example, right? From a design point of view, and he might know. Today there are tools where you can go on an AI tool and say, give me a 3 BHK design with Goan architecture, with a facade of this kind, and you'll just get the entire floor plan, right? That might be a problem statement for individual architects building individual homes, and there is solution land. So I was going to ask, are there any problem statements you feel, I wish tech could help? Is anybody having anything land other than the CRM part?
And I just want to add to what you just asked to the audience. One major problem why India lacks a lot of PropTech companies, the answer lies in that if you go to probably a Bangalore or a Gurgaon, you'll find a lot of tech companies and tech founders. They are coming from a tech background and not from a real estate background, right? So they can develop products, they can definitely, you can get funding for all the types of products, but are you solving the right set of problem? You have to be an industry person for that. So I think this question, okay, how many of you are from real estate? Perfect. So I thank God Realty Plus का event में real estate लोग आए.
हाँ. So Manan, I'll just like to add, actually what I've seen and within my sphere of influence on also interacting with a lot of startups and all, actually it's not just tech people, it's not just industry people, it's the confluence of both which one understands the business, because business person will not be able to provide for the tech solution. He's from the business side. So it's a combination of a business team and the tech team or tech person, which tends to make the startup successful. That's how I would look at it.
I think he has something to say. If we can pass on the mic to sir.
आपने एक क्वेश्चन पूछा कि क्या मदद कर सकते हैं प्रॉपटेक कंपनीज. एक्चुअली व्हाट हैपनिंग, आई एम ए रियल एस्टेट डेवलपर. मैं 17 सेंटर्स इन गुजरात में काम करता हूँ. इश्यू क्या है कि जैसे आर्किटेक्ट एज ए कंसल्टेंट हमको मिल जाते हैं, एमईपी हमको कंसल्टेंट मिल जाते हैं, टेक कंपनी एज ए कंसल्टेंट नहीं मिल रही है. अच्छा, अब बिल्डर सीखे तब तक तो कुछ नया हो जा रहा है। अब हम फाइनेंस देखें, हम रियल इश्यूज देखें, हम लैंड को देखें, सीखने की उम्र चली जा रही है, आप समझो। अच्छा, अभी हम लोग जैसे सोचते हैं कि IIT को ला दे, पर उसको क्या बताना, क्या पूछना, वो भी हमको नहीं मालूम है। उनको रिक्रूट करना भी नहीं आ रहा है, यू सी। सो इफ एनी कंपनी जो सब कुछ सॉल्यूशन लेके आती है तो इस धंधे में मार्जिन खूब है। हमको शेयर करने में कोई इश्यू नहीं है कि यू कम विथ एवरीथिंग, यू कम विथ एवरीथिंग, कि भाई जब भी जहाँ भी हमको CRM में रोज मतलब हमको सब में अपडेट चाहिए, हमको सब में ERP में अपडेट चाहिए, हमको सब में अपडेट चाहिए, हमको काफ़ी कुछ करना है। पर ऐसी कंपनी है कि यार आपकी कंपनी है, लाओ मैं ठीक करके दे देती हूँ, ये मेरा कंसल्टिंग है। ऐसा कोई रेडी टू सॉल्यूशन हो तभी इसमें बात बन सकती है। थैंक यू।
Sir, just follow-up question. I think on the lines of what sir asked, like if we can also define a problem, what problems are we facing in the real estate industry which we can solve with tech?
See, देखो, there are two things. एक चीज तो ये है कि अब हमको भी रोबोटिक्स से प्लास्टर करवाना है, पर इज इट फिजिबल और नॉट? अब हम कब चाइना जाएं, कब सीखें और कब लाएं? अगर ऐसी कोई कंपनी जैसे श्रीराम मतलब राइटली सेड कि आप कुछ अच्छा तो कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, कितना बड़ा कर रहे हो। जैसे हम लोग अभी जस्ट बॉम्बे में एंटर हुए एक प्रोजेक्ट लेके, पर हम वहाँ देख रहे हैं, जो स्केल पे हम देख रहे हैं, हम जो समझ रहे हैं, तो हम ये समझ रहे हैं कि उनकी बातें ही हमको पल्ले नहीं है। क्योंकि देखो, एक तो गुजरातियों का प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम लोग इंग्लिश के साथ हमारा थोड़ा बैर है। हाँ सही, ऑल डेवलपर्स और जो जितने भी ये जो सेशन होते हैं वो प्योरली इंग्लिश में होते हैं, तो 80% बिल्डर्स तो फिर कॉफी में ही चले जाते हैं, रियल सेइंग। क्योंकि पटेल जो कम्युनिटी है यहाँ की, वो 50% बिल्डर्स है, और वो तो हाँ दे आर वेल इन फाइनेंस पर नॉट वेल इन इंग्लिश। तो एक तो वो भी एक इश्यू है, और दूसरी जो मैं बात कह रहा हूँ कि आप जो कह रहे हो कि कौन सा प्रॉब्लम है जो हमको सॉल्व करना है। देखो, इतनी भीड़ में कितने ब्रांड वाले आ रहे हैं हमारे पास कि यार हमको मार्केटिंग करना है, ब्रांड करना है, राइट कस्टमर कहाँ है, कहाँ से पिक करना है। एक छोटी सी बात जैसे अगले सेशन में हुई कि पाइपिंग का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है। सी, पानी जिसको सॉल्व करना आ गया, बिल्डर को सब आ गया। अब वो पानी का प्रॉब्लम जो सॉल्व करना है, उसके लिए अगर कोई एजेंसीज है जो हमारे को हेल्प करे, या इतना पूरा देखो जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी में ये नई नई चीजें आ गई है, अब हम तो वो घिसे पिटे कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से काम कर रहे हैं जो अपडेटेड ही नहीं है, तो उसको टीच कौन करेगा? अच्छा, हमको मालूम है कि हमको टीच करना है, पर वेयर इज द टीचर्स? सो दिस काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स। थैंक यू।
नहीं, परफेक्ट। एक्चुअली जो आप बोल रहे हो, क्योंकि हम डेली उसमें अलग अलग पार्टनर्स के साथ काम करते हैं, वेंडर्स के साथ करते हैं, तो एक्चुअली जो आपने प्रॉब्लम बताई है कि हर एक चीज़ के लिए अलग अलग वेंडर्स हैं आप मार्केट में, बट कंसोलिडेटेड समवन गिविंग अ कंप्लीट सॉल्यूशन वो आज की तारीख में नहीं है, विच इज़ अ पॉइंट टेकन विच आइडियली वी शुड। हाँ, यू वांट टू ऐड? You are one of them, क्या?
We have.
अच्छा, okay, sorry.
So please check out, sir. तो आपका point correct है. I agree. I'll answer it slightly differently. मतलब the core problem यहाँ पे ये है कि आपको decision making का challenge है. The problem we have is decision making. मैं आपको बहुत specific example बोलता हूँ. आप 200 अपार्टमेंट का एक बिल्डिंग बना रहे हो और एक प्रोजेक्ट 1000 अपार्टमेंट का बना रहे हो. आपको सुवेज ट्रीटमेंट का डिसीजन बनाना है. सो STP आज के डेट इंडिया में SBR होगा या MBBR होगा, प्राइमरी 2. उसको छोड़ के नेचुरल वाटर ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट्स जो ट्रेडिशनल है, जो 95% लेसर एनर्जी यूज़ करते हैं और जो एनवायरमेंटली बहुत फ्रेंडली है, उसके एटलीस्ट एज ऑफ नो हमारे डेटाबेस में, हमारा मार्केट प्लेस में 8 है, एंड मेरे ख्याल से और 10 होंगे इंडिया में, बट 8 मैच्योर सॉल्यूशन है. अभी आपको ये डिसीजन करना है कि कौन सा सॉल्यूशन राइट है 200 अपार्टमेंट प्रोवाइड के लिए, कौन सा सॉल्यूशन राइट है 1000 अपार्टमेंट. वी रियलाइज कि दैट इज द सेम प्रॉब्लम. आई गिव अनदर एग्जांपल जो सब लोग स्पेशली पीपल हु आर बिल्डिंग इन मल्टीपल सिटीज. आप भी मुंबई में कर रहे हैं ना, अहमदाबाद में, तो आई गिव एन एग्जांपल. अभी अहमदाबाद का समर में टेम्परेचर गोज टू 45 डिग्रीज एवरेज, मुंबई में इट गोज टू 38 डिग्रीज एवरेज. लेट्स टेक दिस टू राइट. तो टिपिकल स्टैंडर्ड वॉल का डिज़ाइन ऐसा होता है कि 4 डिग्री का इट विल रिड्यूस. सो अगर बाहर 45 है तो अंदर 41 तक कम करता है. तो अभी आप AC 24 डिग्रीज में रखोगे, 24 डिग्रीज में मतलब 17 डिग्रीज वो कम करने के लिए कोशिश करते रहेगा. हियर्स द थिंग, अभी मान लो आपका वॉल डिज़ाइन जो सीमेंट और वॉल ब्लॉक का कॉम्बिनेशन ऐसा है और एक्सटीरियर पेंट ऐसा है कि आपका 4 डिग्रीज नहीं 7 डिग्रीज कम कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, 7 डिग्रीज कम कर रहा है, विच मीन्स अभी 45 से लेके वो 38 को आ गया. 17 से लेके आपको 14 डिग्रीज का ही कम करना है. वाई इज दिस इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड? क्योंकि हर डिग्री जो आपका AC काम कर रहा है कम करने में ज़्यादा, आपका एनर्जी बिल उसका 4% ज़्यादा होगा, 4%. विच मीन्स इफ़ यू आर बिल्डिंग इन अहमदाबाद वर्सेज लेट्स से अभी एक्सट्रीम लेंगे बैंगलोर का टेम्परेचर 37 होगा, तो आपका वॉल का कंस्ट्रक्शन जो वॉल मटेरियल यूज़ करना है बहुत अलग होगा. और आपको ये ऐसे डिसीजन बहुत चीज़ें करनी है, एंड आपको फाइनेंशियल प्लानिंग करनी है, एंड आपको सेल्स भी करनी है. तो ऐसे चीज़ों के लिए देर आर टेक्नोलॉजी सोल्यूशन. जैसे हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है, अभी मैं 10 सेकेंड्स के लिए सेल्स करूँगा हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म, बट आपको ऐसे डिसीजंस करनी है टूवर्ड्स एनवायरमेंटल डिसीजन मेकिंग, एंड द लार्जेस्ट मटीरियल डेटाबेस इन द कंट्री हमारा है. हम उसको लेके अभी वी वर्क अक्रॉस द कंट्री, प्लीज़ चेक इट आउट स्मार्ट धर्मा. बट अगेन आई विल पुट स्मार्ट धर्मा असाइड. ऐसे बहुत सारे डिसीजंस है. मेरे ख्याल से रियल एस्टेट इंडस्ट्री का सबसे बड़ा टेक्निकल चैलेंज इज डिसीजन मेकिंग, एंड दैट देर आर इनफ टूल्स टू यूज. C Tribe, I recommend you. C Tribe stands for Construction Tribe, the tribe of टेक्नोलॉजी कंपनीज वर्किंग इन कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री. उसमें से आपको बहुत सारे ऐसे मिलेंगे. सर मैं आपसे ऑफलाइन बात करूँगा.
So, for want of time, I'll just move to the last question as such. And this again is specific to Gujarat. And given your experience, both Manan and Sriram, what really do you think is the biggest thing on the tech AI front which should happen in Gujarat over the next 5-7 years for it to come up the scale, be more globally competitive in that sense? You want to start, Manan?
So first of all, before implementing technology and AI, again, why I am pressing on AI, because currently all the tech companies are AI, right? So first of all, how not to use AI, I'll give a small narrative and a small story fast. So there was this company back in the day, around 2021, which was very forward in the game of AI. It's a prop tech based out of US, I won't name it. That company started implementing AI to flip houses. And the program was called iBuying. You can Google on iBuying. So they started valuing properties basis AI and started flipping. And eventually flipping means they bought it and then sold it. And they made immense losses in that process. Because AI never took into consideration the local market nuances, right, micro market nuances. And they lost $1 billion. And it's a listed entity, so the share price, it fell like a free fall. That's how we don't have to use AI and technology before getting the context right and before getting the on-ground realities right, data right. And next, I think we would like to see more and more prop techs and technologies in not the awareness and consideration phase of the companies, but more in the bottom of the funnel where the transactions actually happen. With AI models being trained more and more into communication, AI calling is coming up, generational AI is coming up. I think AI can actually do the entire full stack marketing for you now. So that coming up, and of course, AI cannot replace the actual the human relationship and the trust. So we have to build products which are parallel to the human relationships based on data and decision making. So that's where I think Gujarat can be a forerunner, and with what you spoke of, with companies, global companies coming into GIFT cities and Dholera, I'm sure they will be bringing in the technology and the capabilities, and Gujarat will have that exposure along with it.
Sriram?
Kind of echoing from there, Gujarat is a very numbers-driven state. हर चीज़ का numbers से होता है decisions, right? I would urge, and I think next 5 years में, for the quantum leap it has to make, design decisions also, if we make numbers rather than लगता है, I think Gujarat will be on the forefront of. That's what I would.
Perfect. Thanks Manan, thanks Sriram for your insights, and thanks everyone for having a patient hearing of our discussion. Thanks.
And ladies and gentlemen, as Mr. Gandhi is being given, I will request all of you to please kindly acknowledge the presence of the esteemed Darshana Waghela ji over here. She has taken time out of her busy schedule to be with us. Ma'am, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया यहाँ पे जुड़ने के लिए हमारे साथ. We are very grateful to you.